I'm searching for life again. I'm searching for a new beginning. I'm searching for real again. I'm searching for love that never ends. Rain fall.
In whatever way you found me, you are here because you're meant to come here to the Chicago Rising Phoenix Mystery School Wellness Center. Come meet me. Come. You'll love it. You'll love it. Join us every 4 months when I host the retreats. Let me know if you have any questions, write in the comments.
Space, it's like a thrill that fills my heart. I'm searching for life again. I'm searching for a new beginning to end. I'm searching for real again.
That is about to come out, that is gigantic for the individual and collective ascension, the ascending of Earth, and then what's specifically happening within the inverted matrix. Now, you know that I began this series a couple years ago of the time travelers video, and if you haven't watched those, check those out. Couple videos of those, we'll add the links here. Give you an overview. The title to this video is Time Travelers, the Matrix Simulations. We are Neo, Unplugging from the Matrix. And this is episode 7 to the Unplugging of the Matrix series. But then also, this series began with the Time Travelers series. We had part 1 and part 2, and also CERN is not a god. And so today we're going to be answering questions about the artificial intelligence simulation, the system that we talk about, the archons, which is covered in book 2. And book 1 is a history, is like a dictionary to say alien files, the real aliens and the ways that they've been infringing on people. And then book 2 is about the artificial intelligence that is the puppeteer to the aliens. So make sure you watch this all the way, you all. This is a video you don't want to miss. And so a little summary that we're going to be going through is like, okay, since we spoke to Divine Mother Divine Mother Lakshmi and Divine Father Vishnu, and they spoke to us about the Matrix has fallen. What does that mean? And so it will be an important video to watch as far as how to maneuver, how to begin the unplugging of the Matrix, because the inverted Matrix has fallen. So we're going to be going through a summary of what the Matrix used to look like, and then what we are within now, within the crystalline blueprint. Why is the fire, for example, that video that's going viral, over 30,000 views on Instagram, which is a lot for Instagram. Why it is that the fire quantum physics doesn't have a shadow. What I could tell you is that most people do not remember that she had some kind of shadow, but the way that the mandalas have come in, the timelines have come in, is that it feels like very new, but then also like you just remembered him, or you also, so new, but also remembering it. So such an honor to be here with you. Incredible show. So really, you just want to add questions today about like the AI simulation, the Matrix. You all know I've been covering this for 9 years, so this is going to be deep, and it is the biggest achievement that we've accomplished as a collective to be here in this time space. So incredible information for you. Hit subscribe, hit like, and then go a little intro about me in case you don't know who I am. I am Rising Phoenix A.U.R.A. I am known as a spiritual revolutionist. I am an author. I have 3 books that have been published, as well as I have my Rising Phoenix Mystery School Wellness Center, which you see right behind me. Come sign up to any courses, sessions that I have here. To see a list of what I offer, you go to my websites, risingphoenixaurora.com or aurapractitioners.com. I have live retreats, and the next retreat that's going to be September 14th. If you've been watching my content, you've been thinking about coming, just come already, you all. You're gonna enjoy it. It's gonna be one of the best decisions you've ever made. You are going to learn how to finally unplug truly from the inverted matrix so that you could walk your most ascended master form on earth in your crystalline body. There's so much going on, you all, in the collective that people don't understand. And the truth is because they're beginning the unplugging of the matrix. So they need to learn how to not be the battery, the inverted battery to the matrix, and how to unplug from these certain cords. Today I'm going to be sharing with you more than I've ever shared with you publicly, so keep watching. I'm going to be sharing with you what the matrix, the presentation, the one that I share in the retreats, I'm going to be sharing that with you today. So I'm also going to be referencing you to videos that I've already channeled that were a couple hours long. So make sure that you check out those videos as I mentioned. Thank you to, again, apologies for being an hour late. I had to do something really important, but I'm here. So excited to be here with you. Yes, so we have currently 76, 67, live streaming. Thank you for being here even though I was late. So awesome to be here with you all. And more than ever, you want to be connecting with your crystals that are guiding you. I highly recommend that you get a crystal that is a type of cube form. So if you've been watching our videos, we talk about tesseracts, right? Tesseracts, and tesseracts are go here. Okay, so tesseracts are cubes that are in a upright formation. Okay, so like a diamond. So you want to get crystals like this so you can start breaking out of these matrices. These cube-like crystals are going to assist you. Okay, so we're also going to be talking about like what to watch out for as far as what simulations there are. Okay, and then here are my books. Check them out under Barnes & Noble, and also Amazon, and many other locations. You can find all the links. Okay, book 3 is The Lost Cities of Tartaria, and the first 2 are their series. They're 2 different series. Check them out. They're so important, you all. Okay, all right, so let's see what else. Let's go. So in order to understand what the AI matrix is, we need to basically see it. We need to become aware of it. You cannot become aware of it. You can't like release yourself and free yourself from it unless you actually become aware of it, because it's like, you know, you have something in you like a thorn, easily like a thorn, right? It's stuck in you. You feel pain, can't sometimes see them, but then if you touch it, you feel it. So not the pain won't go away, the discomfort won't go away until you pull the thorn out. So it is a entity removal within yourself to remove yourself from the matrix. So let's go into the matrix and what these simulations look like. And Gina, we're good, right? We're doing really good. Add your questions. Again, we have Gina in chat watching over. Yeah. So she is watching over. Other questions there. We're good. We're good. Yeah. So write your comments. Here we go. All right. So I'm going to be able to share the most I've ever shared as far as the matrix presentation when you learn it through aura hypnosis, past life regression, entity removal, because you've got to find a way to push out. What's happening on Earth is that there has been a bifurcation, right? We've been talking about the bifurcations between the organic and the artificial. But what's happened is that Mother Earth has separated herself from the artificial matrix. That is tricky. How do you even understand that? If we fell from a fourth dimension if we fell from a 5th dimension into a 4th dimension, then we fell into a 3rd dimension, but we're rising. We are within a 4th dimension. We could easily be within a 4th dimension, which is a bridge into the 5th dimension. Or we could be operating in a fifth dimension. More magical things have been occurring. For example, with the water. The water is healing us. Even our bodies are crystal liquid. Scientifically, our bodies are crystal liquid. The reason because why that works is because think about how receptive we are even to music, how an amp, a sound goes through your entire vessel through quantum physics, as I've been teaching you all, right? Like if you're in front of an amp, it's going through your whole vessel. So the only thing that'd be able to do that, you would have to be liquid. So that crystal liquid is so receptive to the environment. And they use basically the human anatomy against herself and himself. There are big things happening. So we'll also be talking about the negative agendas, the New World Order, the dark forces, Illuminati, and all the ways that their curses are false. And then most importantly, this is a guide to the simulation so that you don't allow yourself to become a battery, a parasitic feeding to a host that is the artificial. Okay, so here we go. I want to say, you haters, trolls, don't even bother. Keep your entities yourself. As always, it'll be yours to transmute, so don't even stop. It'll be yours. What's the point? I am too sovereign. Let's move on. All right, so here we go. Let's go into the matrix. So I'm just going to be remote viewing it before the fall of the matrix. We were in it in some way, hiding and masking and shielding with invisibility cloaks and force fields. Some people don't shield and used to not shield when we were in the matrix. So these people were constantly being targeted by hateful people, by parasitic people, by narcissists, by violators. Because in order to feed the matrix simulation, they have to violate you to power it up. The more trauma they give you, the more pain they give you, the more target that they give you, the more that this lower density, like pain trauma, feeds the artificial. And then it keeps you low enough to be a vibratory match to the artificial. The pain and the trauma keeps you there. The issue is that when you incarnate, you forget. You forget who you were one lifetime ago, or you forget who you were hundreds of years ago or thousands of years ago. Because you are coming in and you're birthing into a lower state of consciousness in a third dimension then. Again, remind you, we could be in a fourth, fifth dimension now. If we vibrate to love and we, as we always teach you, detach from toxic people. I have a course on removal of toxic people because it's intricate. How to remove yourself from toxic people. It is detail. It is an alchemy. It's an art, honestly. It's just even the simplest things like having an item of them. They use that item to channel the inversion to you, to attack you energetically, psychically, all that you guys know already, that we've been talking about through the books and 1,000 videos later, right? Okay, so it begins with that. You cannot free yourself from the inverted matrix until you fully removed every single person that means ill intent and harm and is toxic towards you. Those people who say they love you, but truly their energy that's coming off to you means hate, their pity, envy, jealousy, whatever. That's all part of the artificial intelligence. It's all part of the hologram. Let me explain to you what the artificial is. It is a hologram, you all. This is why the Ascended Masters and Buddha, and through Buddhist teachings, they've been telling you that the artificial was an illusion. They say lower vibrational emotions are an illusion. They are, because what is not created from God the Mother, God the Father, Creator, then it is an illusion, a hologram. Just like you see those holograms, say like in Star Wars, where we use movies to reference, as we always do, those holograms. It is a hologram that you could just pass your hand through and it's not real. A hologram, like a projection, not real. I want you to understand that. All this pain and trauma that you've been living through is a hologram. But the issue is that you've never detached from the people who have harmed you. And because of that, you make it into a reality. And they use your third eye to project it out, because your third eye, with all the glands that we've talked about, watch what is the third eye short video, okay? And the way you join the Isis Priestess course, incredible. Every 6 months I teach it, you all. Becomes an art of a science. Your third eye is. Your third eye is your imagination. Your third eye is communicating. Your daydreams are visions. It is silly to think that they are make-believe, when in actuality your brain is just trying to talk to you and show you visions. But then you get a vision, or you get a daydream, or you see something, you just ignore it and move on, because you don't realize that your brain is literally giving you the answers through your third eye. So once you realize that your third eye has been used invertedly to project out an illusion that is powered up by parasitic entities, reptilians, archons, greys, mantis beings. You heard Fox talked about it in a short video. We talked about it recently. You kidding me? Aliens are now on Fox News. I'll share it just for fun. Gina sent me add the link to the top of the doc when Fox talked about those aliens. So I'll show you that in a minute. Okay, so these aliens, there's difference in the matrix, different aliens. Okay, there are artificial aliens that are fully a hologram, a full artificial intelligence. Okay, emptiness. Then there are organic aliens, organic entities that began from, they could have began from a human that was compromised, that was violated, that was killed, murdered, raped, and then that entity came in and took over the body. Demons typically are a earthly type of entity. It could be made from animals. You know how they do that? They violate animals. We even talked about the disgusting people who rape animals. That kind of stuff that is so wrong comes from violating even children, animals, and women. And then what they do is that they take those violations, they fracture the soul. The soul is beautiful. The soul is, let's visualize it like a crystal flame, because that's what the soul is, a flame crystal. Okay, they're both one and the same. All right, there's even water. They're all elements within the heart, but there's a flame. That flame that you see in Yeshua's heart, Mother Mary's heart, that's your flame too. And what happens is, in past lives and current life, when you were a child, if you went through trauma, there's a piece of you that broke off your heart. It's like, when you have a crystal and you drop it and then a piece falls off it. Some crystals even break in your hand. So that's an understanding to what happens to your heart, your crystal heart, when you receive trauma. Pieces break off it. And then what happens is that those pieces get lost in that time space. Watch the what is time travel short video, because that explains to you the different yous that are in these different locations. But I can explain to you now so those locations, remember how there is no time. Watch orbiting into higher timelines. Remember how there is no time, how time is a spiral. All that is happening is a now, okay? The now of this time space right now, as I'm speaking to you, also the now of yesterday in that time space, and the now of the future tomorrow is happening in the now, okay? Remember that. And then also the now of past lives are happening in there now. And what happens is that you haven't gone and retrieved those fractured crystal pieces of you, and you haven't healed them because you haven't remembered your memory. And this is how they do it. And this is how the Matrix works. Watch the Mayan Atlantean playlist series. We went through episodes and episodes explaining to you what happened in the Lemuria, Mu, went to Atlantis, then here we are, okay? So you need to understand the whole true history. As always, only source of light, only love, only benevolence is allowed to be spoken for the collective, most organic timelines, as always. Okay, so you can watch all that because that's a long story, as you all know, okay? So let's continue this from when the fall happened, okay? The fall happens, people are compromised. For the first time ever, we are feeling fear. We are feeling paralyzing fear. We are feeling infringements. People are violating one another. Not just say, with touch. They're violating each other through energy. You really think that that narcissist, that person who doesn't mean love for you, could only harm you if they touch you? No. As we know, everything is energy. Through science, everything is quantum energy, which means that all they have to do is have a inverted thought, a dark thought about you, and boom, it goes straight to you and it becomes an energetic attack. Everything is energy. We are all made out of water. We are liquid crystal. So we will feel all these different thoughts. These thoughts will be confusing to us, especially if we're heightened beings. We can get confused that those thoughts are ours, as we've always taught you, okay? But that's the way it began. Thoughts, because in Atlantis we were telepathically connected. We did not need to speak. Any of you, when you were little, you were born and you didn't want to speak? That's how I was. My whole teenage years, even to my 20s, I did not, if I didn't have to speak, I would not speak. Because it was, we remember the crystalline world where we could communicate just through thought to one another, through third eye to third eye. There was no need to speech. Okay, so remember that thoughts are even more powerful. Also understanding that words are even more powerful. Someone could be like, I love you, but if they mean hatred behind it, do you really think that love is going to be transmitted through that I love you phrase? It is not. Oh, the only thing that's going to be transmitted is the energy that it's being originally created from, which would be hatred, envy, hate, jealousy, pity, whatever. Okay, it's going to be created from that. And you are a sponge. Energetically, you are a sponge. You are receptive like water. You are factually made out of that 70 to 80 to 90, depending on how much water you retain within you, of water. So you are being receptive and the sponge to what they're sending to you. So that was happening in Atlantis. And then there was a divide. The old Archon playbook: conquer and divide, turn people against each other, lie to them, scheme, be dishonest, talk shit, create gossip, whatever. Oh, I said a bad word. So do all these inversions. Talk, don't mean love towards one another. That powers up the inverted matrix. Anything that is not love, that is the opposite, powers it up. More and more accumulation, that it tricked people's minds to do that, and it turned people against each other. Did you know that the bad guy you known, the one that violated you this life, infringed upon you, some of you took your virginity, whatever, that same bad guy, did you know that he or she has been following you since Atlantis? And you know how they follow you? Because you had sex with them. Okay, make sure no kids are listening. This is going to be strong graphic information that you don't want to have children listening to. So when they violated you, say even back from Atlantis, your body fluids interchange, correct? They did. Did you know that they've been carrying your essence since Atlantis? And that's why they find you every time. Your essence inside of them, because you had intercourse in and out, is how they find you, because they are tracking you through it. Do you understand? Let me know what questions you guys have. Okay? Questions, comments, we're looking good. All right? So that's how they do it. That's how they find you. You're like, man, how did they do this? How did they find me? They carry your energy. And then what happens is that you don't remember, okay? You die. You could have died at their own hands, choked you, killed you, whatever they did to you. And then you come back and they find you again because they have your essence inside of them. They suck it in like a dark hole, a dark portal. Okay? And then what happens? They rape you, whatever, again, violate you again, bully you, whatever. Again, that trauma, another piece breaks off your soul. We're talking about all the past lives, even now, right? And then you might have intercourse with them. they accumulate. They keep accumulating that energy, and they want to keep having this sexual contact with you to keep accumulating your essence. Because technically, factually, the plasma inside your vagina or your semen carries your DNA, does it not? So think about that for a minute, just through science. That means that they have their DNA inside of you, and that's how they can find you. That's how they can even use that energy to instantly think of you and send you an energetic psychic attack. And that's how they keep you low vibratory. That's how they keep you in depression, in suicide, in you know it. They keep you trapped in those matrices. And because you are light, they use your essence to power up their simulations. They are so weak. They are so weak that they need you to feed off of them, because these lower inverted people who are parasitic cannot create their own light because they've been disconnected from God or blocked from God, from Creator, since the fall of Atlantis, because they chose an inverted timeline, the Matrix. And they are the reason why we all fell. And then, because they became the majority, as you know, and it's a science. If you are, say, a dark inversion is the majority over the light, that's going to fall, make fall, the earth fall, Atlantis fall. And that's why Atlantis had to go into the water to be shielded, and also remained in a crystalline water stagnant state of being, so that it could not make the rest of the world, the rest of our world, and the other worlds, as we've taught you, to the other worlds of that are all connected with water, because all the worlds would have fallen. So we needed to sink it down to keep it there, shielded, until it was time to release the souls that were there, which happened in 2018-19, when people started really remembering their Atlantis life. Okay? All right. So we understand that. Okay. Gina, did you add, let me see if you added the Fox video. Yeah, you did. All right, here, I'm going to show it to you just for fun. Yeah, so if you are aware and you've just come into the awareness that there are aliens, even though, you know, I'm sure people have told you throughout the years, we've been telling you for 9 years. If it's your first time, here it is, you all, on the news. This is not AI generated. This is an actual video of the news.
The Pentagon released the UFO files a few weeks back, and we just found out over 1 billion people have visited the site. 1 billion. It's got to be a record. The War Department says more files will be released soon. UFO experts and top researchers have been investigating aliens for years. Their sources say dozens of crashed UFOs have been recovered, and what they found inside, shocking.
Do people think that there's one type of
Okay, there you go. So those are the 4 main ones that they said, but we know that there's more. But those are the 4 major ones. Now the Nordics, don't get confused with the Nordics. There's 2 different types. There are dark Pleiadians on Earth that have been hiding for a long time. There are also you have to go to the extra sensitive series for that. There are Atlantean beings that turn robotic. They're type of robotic humanoid beings that are the ones, they take people in plain sight. They have they still have the technology from Atlantis. To find out more about their history, I can't share that to you publicly. It's honestly way too sensitive to share it. So you have to watch the extra sensitive series, which you can sign up to my memberships under Patreon or my website, risingphoenixaura.com or aurapractitioners.com. So that is where you're going to find out about them. And the truth is that they're the major inverted ball play game, chess inverted game. You know, that's them. Pinning war against war, religion after religion, and then compromising and infringing the people I also, in book 2, we speak about them in the recent quotes that I'm sharing, the chapter Alien Invasion chapter. That's them, okay? The robotic with red eyes, and there's something else under, and yeah, okay? So, but forever they've been telling us they didn't exist, but now it's out. It's awesome. So now that you're coming into awareness, this is why also humanity has leveled up. But with that, you have to be very careful not to get confused. I've watched TikTok videos where people are like, they see a disc UFO and they're like, "Hi, friends." No, children. It's like telling children not to talk to strangers, you all. I'm telling you, you don't want to be talking to these, especially in the discs. Those are typically grays and dark aliens. Not so much. More of the benevolent beings are going to be in starships, like the Inner Earth, Agartha. Those are not the Nordics. Inner Earth, Agartha, they're the Lumerian beings that left, and I have a video on that. Adama's Untold Story, Queen Khalifa, part 1 and part 2. It's in there. Check it out. How they went to the North Pole to stay within the center of the toroidal, the donut, to the universal portal to leave. That's where the inwards into Earth is where we find the portal to ascend out. You know, in Egyptian they call it the underworld, right? But it's not. It's the gates to ascension. Okay. How we doing? Questions, comments, everyone. Are you all understanding what I'm saying? Looking good. Okay. Thank you for the 101. Streaming live now. All right. Okay, so what I can share with you now is that we're living within a God crystal, okay? This God crystal was created from Divine Mother and Father. I want to make it very clear to you. So the darkest simulations, I want to tell you right now that you don't want to be powering up. The first one, number one to anything you will hear anywhere, and this is raw love and raw truth, okay? You cannot listen to the simulation that Divine Mother, God, created. Her first creation was the archon, the artificial. Okay, hold on. Okay, you could not listen to this one. Someone was talking to me about this. This is actually a recurring thing. It's not the first time I've heard it. I've been hearing it since the beginning. I will talk about Divine Mother with love, and people will talk to me and say these horrific things, disgusting things. Like, you know, you could make up whatever you want that's artificial. It could get crazy when you start making up stuff that's not real. Like Divine Mother Isis, Osiris, and that like she grabbed his penis and like made sorcery and put them back together. That is a load of crap, you all. Please tell me you're not believing this stuff, because that is false. The which is also connected first thing to Divine Mother Sophia making her first creation the archon. That is the biggest BS you will hear in your entire life on earth, you all. If you believe that simulation, I'm telling you right now that you're going to put yourself in the artificial, and you're damning yourself, you're damning the children, you are giving power to the pedals, and you're also damning and the collective. Don't put yourself in those artificial simulations. I'm telling you. Divine Mother Sophia, our creator God, did not make that thing. And it definitely wasn't the first thing she ever made. She didn't make it, period. It was created from nothing. And you want to read book 2 to understand its origins. So it is not the first thing, once more, that she made. The first being she made ever was her twin flame. Divine Father Crystal, Divine Father was made from within her, her womb, her flame, her source flame. Just like science, well, I can show you science, it duplicates from one another. Everything that we can talk about here, you all, I teach it through my courses. I give you science with spirituality, so then at that point you can't fight it because it's real at that point. We have the scientific proof. So what is happening here is that when a cell, right, one cell through human anatomy becomes conscious and aware, what happens to that cell? It begins to vibrate, oscillate. And what happens when it grows in energy? It duplicates, correct? It duplicates into 2. From 2, it duplicates into 4, then 8, then 12, and then what? The constant oscillation and vibration of these cells then create into a blastoid, right? That becomes a baby. Many cells in one. I'm finding you a visual, 1 second. Okay, right here. So this is what happened. This, you're looking at the literal formation of creation. Okay, mother was one. She created light within her. Well, she was light. She is the first light within all of creation. She's light. And then what happened is that then she duplicated into a 2-cell stage. And that was her. And that marks the beginning of creation. Because then she has mother and father. You understand? The other curse that you are powering up, when you believe that, is that if you believe that the archon, it was her first creation, you are damning the divine masculine, and you are powering up the simulation to keep them asleep and fighting constant battles to protect humanity, protect their families. That is the most disgusting thing I've ever heard. Disrespectful. Do not power up these disrespectful simulations against Divine Mother God. Her first creation was love. And love was her partner, Divine Father. Why? Divine Feminine and Masculine is the archetype and the original crystalline blueprint of humanity and all races. And why the Illuminati, the New World Agenda that I've been talking to you all since even before the pandemic, especially during the pandemic, where I spoke to you about the gender confusion, transhumanism, transgender, transsexual, whatever, all those names that they call it. I have something to tell you that's really important. I had readings with 2 different people. And in one was a male, gay man. The other one was a female, bi woman, so lesbian, gay as well. And they found each other, you all. And what happened is that as I am speaking to him, he says, "A.U.R.A, who's my twin flame?" And I'm like, well, I can't tell you exactly, because it could only be you who figures out who your heart is attracted to, right? And I say, but I could give you guidance, right? Dog sitting today. They're gonna come get the puppy. Sorry about that, guys. So just bear with me. Hold on, I'm gonna go put her in the other room. 1 second, you all. Thank you for your patience. I am a mother, just as you guys know. we're good. Okay. All right. You know, little puppies, they're always the loudest. But yes. Okay, so this is what happens. The male gay man asked me, do they have a twin flame? I tell them, I can't quite tell you. And he's like, would it be a female? And I'm like, I can't influence you, but I'm leaning towards female. And I said, whoever it is would be more of a masculine energy. Okay. And then he says, okay. Then I meet the friend a couple days after, right? His friend. Guess what? She's talking to me and she tells me she's his friend. And I realize, oh my God, they're twin flames. Wait a minute. And before I say anything, she says, I feel like we're twin flames. And she's like, but I don't understand this because he's a gay man and I'm a gay woman too. You can't make this stuff up. Twin flames, and it's so beautiful. They have friendship, but to think about twin flames, a gay guy and a gay girl together, you all found each other. Sending them love, they'll figure it out. But the gay people are being rewritten, you all. And the reason why it's being rewritten is because the artificial that is confusing the woman and the males like this, even though they're made divinely, scientifically, energetically from God to be female or male. But as we know, we both have female and male. And I was talking to a beautiful aura practitioner who got aura certified recently, and she said, yes, I was just talking to a friend about this, and that why is it that we need to label people just because we feel more male? All of a sudden, as a female, we feel more male. Now we're gay, because you feel as a woman, you feel more male, you're gay. No, just because as a guy you feel more feminine, you're gay. No, it just means that you have both female and male energies within you. You all know me. I love putting on my pretty dresses. I'm very feminine, but I could be a baddie when I need to be, which is often. I need to be in warrior. So that means that I am embodying my warrior side, my masculine within me. Growing up, I was a tomboy. I could hit that ball with a bat. I could do home runs, you all. That's the warrior side. Just because I was more masculine and I like to put on pretty dresses, it doesn't mean that I'm pansexual or confused or whatever. I could be transgender. It just means that you have both energies and you need to balance that. So I'm sending a message to anyone who is confused sexually. Love yourself. Do not cut off any body part. I once had an aura session with a transgender man who's now a woman, you could say, but not. They confused them to cut off his penis. And what did they do? They put a fake vagina in him. And every time he pees, it's painful for him. I hope that though, after his aura regression, which I know has become easier for him, but something artificial is inside of you, it's not gonna feel good. Your body is going to naturally, organically reject it out. This again is part of the artificial simulations. Okay? So it's being rewritten. All of it is being rewritten. We have gay guys turning straight and gay girls turning straight. It's going to happen and we're going to keep seeing it, you all. The confusion is lifting off of them. The other thing I want to say to you all, that whole thing that people are having like diarrhea and like people are wearing adult diapers. Okay. The reason, and they're like saying that it's like lettuce and like fruits if you eat them, is because in order to remove yourself, now let's talk about what the Matrix looks like. It's like the movie, The Matrix, very close to that. When you are in artificial simulations, that's the way you look, you all. You are in a pod. And I'm going to show you pictures with wires. So originally, so we'll talk about what it looks like and then what you were originally in, okay? Let me see if you guys have any questions, comments. I've been talking for some time. Wow, that's next level of rewriting, for sure, for sure. You're talking about the woman and the male, right? Next one is yeah, don't let anyone put a label on you. You don't need to be anything, especially don't let Biden and his administration that began Obama. And even you ever heard Michelle Obama on an interview, she said she was a trans man. Don't let them tell you what label you are, and don't let anyone, period, tell you who you are and what label you are. You are a beautiful creation made from divine light, divine love. You don't need to fit into any of these societal programming labels. All right, so yeah, so your question here, and then we'll go into the inverted matrix. So how can our soul in our now time bubble protect us from this past time sexual contact? You are the only way to go in, and you have to have an aura regression. You can do the work, you could do the best you can, but you need our aura sessions. You all have no idea how dedicated they are. We have to work hard for hours before we even do your session to ensure that we're the vibratory match to love light. Then when you're in, average of at least 5 hours of the work that we do to ensure we get to every detail. So when you are going quantumly in hypnosis in the theta brainwave, connecting the spirit realm and the earthly realm in union in theta brainwave, done. You call on the archangels, done. The archangels, as we told you, through Archangel 4 channeling and Lakshmi and Vishnu, there are the first creators, the first beings out from the creator. They're God, first one, so they could connect multi-dimensions. This is also why the Archon, UFO conferences, UFO people who are dense, who worship inversions, like the Archon Merlin. Okay, these people are confused and they're powering up their own simulations, but with the unattachment of the Vesic Pisces, of the two worlds unattached, what's happened now is that they can only power up their inversions through a hologram. And that's detailed, but we'll go into that in a minute, okay? So, it's deep. Okay. So aura regression, entity removal. You could start off with a raw Reiki if you feel that you want to prepare for that. But you need to go through an entire list. We go like half a page of a list that we ask to remove you from the artificial, unplug you from the matrix, put you in your tree of life, your original tree of life, even make sure that your tree of life is not infringed upon where your soul was born from. Okay? And you have to go to every past life and find whether it was this earth, other earths, or other dimensions where this archonic narcissistic lover or ex-lover has infringed upon you, and you need to delete that and retrieve all your energies, transmute it, or whatever your higher self wants to do with that. But you need to make sure that they're not carrying it in them anymore, carrying it, like in a lockbox for disgusting eating potentials and whatever they want to use to manifest for themselves from your energy. Next one is there a difference in how the essence is trapped in the past life, sexual acts versus cannibalism? Yeah, it could also be through cannibalism. But there is a difference between cannibalism and sexual, because sexual is actually even more powerful than cannibalism. The reason why it's more powerful is because your sexual energy, your sacral chakra, your reproductive system, that is how you create. that is how you create babies, correct? So the womb, the man, his reproductive system, the testicles, right? So these areas are what create light. I've showed you so many videos on when the egg and the sperm join together and they create light, right? So through science, all right? So because of this, because they create light, that means that these areas are the most powerful in creating. So then if they want to keep making their matrices, they need your creative energy for it. Cannibalism, that can be, say they were psychotic. These psychotics play mind games with you. It is disgusting, right? First thing that they do, right, is that they make you believe you're the bad guy, right? You're the bad guy. They turn it against you. They tell you over and over, you're crap, you're nothing, they call you names, bad names. I'm not going to say them right now. To disempower you, because they know that if they take the more they belittle you, every second they belittle you with words and energy and thought, you lower and you lower and you lower, and you're so shaken up, you're petrified by their narcissism and their bullies, that you don't think you can escape out. But I am telling you right now that you can escape out. This is a time, it's happened. The fall of the matrix has happened. You can escape any of these inversions. Whether, even if they're a friend, they don't need to be lovers, a friend, a family member, a mother, a father, a mother-in-law, father-in-law, whoever is doing this to you, it's time to break free of them. It is the most selfless act to do. Let me tell you why. Because once you pull from them and you don't give your energy to them, it also frees them. If they might move on to their next, victim, they probably will. Because when people are like this, they don't want to get better, and they're never going to get better. They'll move on to their next victim, but at least you won't be their victim anymore. But you've done work, because even if they're nasty and they keep telling you all these nasty things, so long as you react in love for them, you tell them, I'm only love, I love you, I only mean love for you, right? That disables and actually reflects everything back to them. And it also nullifies any ill-intended energy towards you that's being sent to you. It completely eradicates it and disempowers them. So eventually, after you keep sending them love and you keep being love, they will get tired of you, because they don't want people empowered in their confidence, in their strength. They want people who are weak, because those are the people they can feed off. Okay? Let's see. Yeah. Next question. Dolores once said a person becomes gay because that person was the same sex in many lifetimes. So when reincarnated as the opposite sex, they still like the same sex from past lives. Yes, that is true. That can be. There's many reasons why people become gay too. In this perspective, say with the gay man, gay woman, they were incarnated into the bodies that they chose. But for example, the gay guy was more female energy and was so beautiful. And same for the female in her body, she was more male energy. Why did they choose that? They chose that to bring equilibrium and to eradicate the confusion, to love our bodies no matter what. Love the body that God gave you. Yeah, that could be what Dolores said. So true. All right, I don't see any other questions. I'm going to keep going. All right, so we're in the matrix. All right, so let me show you the pictures. Okay, keep watching. Probably going to go another half an hour, you all. Okay, here we go. First time ever showing these pictures publicly like this. Know that if you become an aura practitioner, you get the full matrix presentation, and it's deep, you all. Teaches you step by step on how to unplug yourself, your loved ones, your children, whoever from this inverted matrix. All right, so here we go. Okay. That's good. All right, so we are within Earth. We will see them as magnetic fields like this toroid or this donut, okay? We're inside a crystal God, a God crystal, right? As the children have taught us. Now you see these that are more like crystalline and blue. Those are people who are out of the matrix. But to do that, again, you need to remove any entity attachments. These people here, though, have wires coming out of them. Now, plasmically, we are connected to a plasmic field at the center, at the core of this God crystal. Okay. So if you were to picture this, all crystals, picture that. That's what the God crystal looks like. All right. I'm going to show you more pictures. Okay. All right. So here is Divine Mother Sophia, the creator. She's helping these two here, right? Crystallize. She's talking to them. My children, I'm here. You're confused. You're in a simulation. You're in a hologram. I'm here. Return back to your crystalline form, your 5D crystalline. I'm here. While these others are still in there. But the truth is that she cannot help them unless they ask for help, because she's benevolent. The angels can't help you. Your guides can't help you. Your higher self can't help you unless you allow for the protection. You allow for the shielding. You allow for the magnetic fields to oscillate and vibrate out the inversions. What is ill-intended, what is harm. You set that intention every day. This is why we teach you every day, right? A shield the minute you wake up and before sundown. Okay? We cannot help you because we're positive unless you ask. Remember that. So you ask as much as you want. But that's why there's also that false hologram on, if you call for help, you're bothering us, right? Because they don't want you to, quote unquote, bother us, because we're going to help you. But the only way we can help you is to ask, right? Got it? All right, so there's that. Now, here is you. This is you. See this shadow creature thing that's made out of dark ooze, that is, see this energy that's coming out of it is your essence, your aura that it's sucking into itself to power itself. And that's a lot of what they look like, this dark, wispy stuff. That stuff that's inside of you that you get cleared through raw Reiki or aura looks like this inside of you, and it moves around in you, has consciousness. You've watched the videos. They travel around in your body. We contain them so that they will move around in your body. Okay, and this is you. This is you. You're broken down. You have an implant in your third eye. You have something right here in the back of your head. Let me tell you. There's wires that are in the back of your neck right here, connected to your cerebellum. Your cerebellum looks like a tree. I'll show you in a minute. This part of your brain is what puts you into the God crystal organically. But what happened is that the Archon knows this because it's stolen the information from you over and over, from all of us throughout every incarnation, through the different monks that targeted and the different priests and priestesses, the positive ones that targeted. It stole sacred knowledge. So the back of the neck here is how you come in through your consciousness. Okay? What happens though is that you also have, there's something very important. A very beautiful child asked me, Aurora, what do you think is up with the belly button? And I said, let me think about this. The child did not know that months ago, 6 months ago, we started talking about how the umbilical cord, if it is attached to an inverted mother, which a lot of people that I've talked to have mothers that don't mean love towards them. And then those of you who are so blessed that you have mothers that do love you. There's a lot of that, or don't. And also remember past lives. Again, anything that I tell you, don't just think about this now time space, think about all time spaces of the now, future, and past, okay? So your umbilical cord should be golden. There's a spiral type of energy that goes into your umbilical cord. And the child was asking, why does it feel like when you clean it? So what is that stuff that's in it after you clean it? And why when you clean it, it feels like you're going in your body? Because technically you are. Because you are crystal, right? You're a crystal liquid. So plasmic energy. So when you go in, you are going technically in your body, into your umbilical cord, into your vessel. And this should be connected to only Divine Mother of Creation. Your umbilical cord should be goldenly connected to Divine Mother of Creation. Because that's also why the Archon has been targeting the mothers to be narcissistic. Because the way to get to you was through them. And if he inverted them and they allowed it because they were allowed to be weakened, then initially it wanted to get to your umbilical cord to keep you dense. So you have, in the inverted matrix, you have a plug back here that needs to be pulled out. You need to be cautious of what I'm telling you. You need to be cautious in how you do this. You do need an aura session. I'm telling you right now to do this. Be careful. You have to be very diligent on how it's done. You need to also unplug there's another plug to your umbilical cord. Unplug that. Okay? Are we understanding everything I'm saying so far? Let me know, you all. Okay, someone is saying, my teenage son is a narcissist and he needs to do terrible things that would bother me. Even if I ignore him, he would try to bother me with his restlessness. This has been repeating every day. I can't feel free when he's there. I feel anxiety with him. I can't get out of it because he's my son. There's nothing I can do. What should I do to end this repeating cycle? I just want to be free from him, but I can't because I'm his mother. This is too hard. And he won't and can't change no matter what I do for him. How do I deal with this? You all, this is a reoccurring thing that is happening and why I make the videos that I do for you all and I bring the content. That is most trapping because you are the parent and you cannot leave your child. You cannot, you'd be a horrible person and you're a good person. So a good person would not leave their child. And that child is probably using that against you to keep you there and to they think that they're, in their perspective, they think that they're manipulating you and they're tricking you. But in your perspective, you do see the truth. And you can't walk away because you're love. That is tough, you all. What I am telling you is going to be the same answer. You need to figure out how to entity remove what's inside of them that's doing this to them. Is it something inside of them, or is it a friend? Is it a boyfriend, a girlfriend? Who is it close to them that is influencing them to act like that? There's so much to that. I highly recommend you schedule a reading with me or a one-on-one with me. I am telling you right now, you will get to the bottom of it and figure it out. I will help you figure it out. Come book a session. I have sessions for children too. I work with so many children. I was talking to a little girl recently, it was 2 years old, so cute. You know that someone's positive when the children love them. She was so cute. She said, she started off with, I had a crystal mala on, and she said, I like your necklace. That's all she could say. She's so cute. Then she said, I like your hair. And then she said, I like your dress. Come work with me. come learn the courses, Aura, Hypnosis, and Raw Reiki. Parents who are here, who are Aura practitioners, and you've seen the difference in your children, you have, write a comment right now. It becomes so much easier. I'm not saying that the challenges won't be there, but the tools, the divine tools you will have to heal them quick, to stop the demon that's attacking them. There could be many things on why this child is acting like this. So many. This child could also be gifted. It's a reoccurring thing. The doctors try to classify them as, bipolar, schizophrenic, all these false, basically what they name that are gifts, intuitive gifts within us, they name them diseases and illnesses so that you won't use them. And then they give you the prescriptions, as you know, to block out your abilities would make you obviously insane and worse, because it's like a dam, like say there's like water filling up in a bottle. And it's like filling up and it's filling up, and it can't flow. It's going to pop. The cap is going to burst out. That's how we feel when they give us those prescription drugs. It's like an energy that's in us and it wants to explode, but it can't, because the nano prescription drugs, part of the AI simulation, the Matrix, keep you asleep. Remember in 3, right? The Matrix part 3, how, do you remember how Neo, right? He had a psychiatrist, and he was giving him pills, and it was really important for him to keep taking these prescription drugs so that he could keep them controlling him, right? It's all there for us. The immunizations, you all know it. So especially for children, on how many vaccinations were given to the children, we started off with hundreds in our ages, up to, I heard 200 to 300 vaccinations in a couple throughout their whole childhood. Think about how much inversions have been injected into them. The needle is the entryway. It pierces through their auric field and it pierces into their human anatomy. And what's inside of there? If you looked at the ingredients, you know that it's things that should not be in the body that are causing the illness and disease. So yeah, there's so much to that. Okay, so you understand the plugs, correct? Okay, what happened is that when you came though, in your form, you were in a crystalline body. Okay, a chrysalis. This is what ultimately the butterfly means, is that you're going to metamorphose out when you unplug from the inverted matrix. You metamorphose out into a chrysalis body. But first you got to get rid of all this yuckiness. All right, but you need to be aware. All right, these are dark portals, trauma held from other bodies, from other past lives. Okay, what happens is that you're here. Okay, so this is what the original chrysalis pod looks like, but everyone's is different, right? It's like a mandala, so it could also look many different colors, but this is what you originally look like in your crystal pod. You're laying there and you're in, because you ever hear, when you're awake you're asleep, but when you're asleep you're awake. The truth is that when you do go to sleep, you do awake, because you're out of the matrix. You're out of the simulation. Okay, and then there's all these beautiful like spiral vortex energies, like Buddha here, energy swirling, diamond in your third eye, portals throughout your whole body, your 7 chakras, spirals in your palms, and then gold. This is gold energy chakras. Okay, but again, everyone's going to look different, but it looks like the caterpillar chrysalis. Okay, all right. But what happens is that you're here, and those cords are in the back of your neck. These are dark cords that have attached to you. Cords in your umbilical cord too. and then you're conscious and you're aware and you can't get out, you're screaming. You're like awake enough, but you can't get out. Does it feel like no matter what you do, you can't get out and you're trapped? That's why. Because you're inside of there and you need to get out into your crystalline form. But you can't till you detach the density. You need to raise in density. Okay? Let's see what else here. You guys could see those pictures, right? I think you could see them. Was I just showing them to myself? I think you could see them. Okay. Gina message on there. You saw those pictures, right? Okay, let me know if you didn't see them. All right. What else? You saw it. Okay, thanks. Okay. All right. Going into deeper. Okay. So this is what happened. So the image where that got you down. Okay. So with the fall of Atlantis, you're dense and you're heavy. And then every life you incarnate, more stuff accumulates. It's like a dam, and then say a bunch of junk accumulates, objects and so on. That's how what's happening to you, because you're not coming into awareness. And then what happens is that same bad guy found you again, but you don't realize that you're in a dream. In the Matrix, that is a dream. You're technically asleep in the inverted matrix. Okay? So you cannot get out till you realize that it's an illusion and a simulation. Once you come into the awareness, then you start working on it. But what happens is that there's all these traps, like telling you that God, the creator, first creation was Archon. It's disgusting. Telling you all this false information. Okay? They plant traps, quicksand traps, everywhere you look to keep you in the simulations. Let me show you the cerebellum brain, where I was talking about how the plug is there. Okay, keep writing your questions. I'll review them in a minute. We talk about this Buddha course on consciousness, and he talks about the brain. As far as how the brain works, it's a beauty. You all, that course is just beautiful. All right, but here's a picture here. Actually, I think I have a presentation. Let me pull that up. Yep, I do. So let me show you presentation here. So here's matter, right? How an atom works with the electrons and the nucleus. Neutrons and protons. The nucleus inside. Okay. How we talked about is Earth flat or round? Here is the picture I was showing you. Here's the physical Pisces at a reference. These two are disconnected. Our organic Earth is disconnected from their simulation. Just holograms. So we're waiting for them to come on over this way. Okay. This is us. I'm going to be making a course of Da Vinci in the future. Here's a cell splitting. What I talked to you about. This is how Divine Mother Sophia and Divine Father were created from one cell. Two cell splitting. Look, they duplicated everything. The chromosomes. Every part of making each other. See that? Okay. There's a scientific proof of what I spoke about. All right. Those entities attached we talked about. The six-dimensional flower of life that is ever flowing. The Illuminati uses this one invertedly. Don't recommend you use that one. Use these instead. Sacred Kabbalah, how it's found in the body. I have a quantum galactic Akashic reading certification that all these courses are available live instantly, or you could purchase them, join live. Incredible courses, you all. You're looking for a mystery school all your life. This is a mystery school, the one that teaches truth and only love. Got no time for nonsense and artificial falseness. I am here to help you save yourself. As always, I'm not here for Archon games. I'm here to end them. I'm not here to find these Archon battles. I'm here to end them. So every single information that I share with you, I can guarantee you that is filtered through love, light, and only love. And I will speak the raw truth. This is why people love me, especially if you meet me in person. I mean, at that point, you meet me in person, you're like, there's no confusion there. You could feel the love pouring out through me. I believe in you. I've never not believed in you. Whether it's this dimension or fifth dimension, ninth dimension, 11th dimension, 1,000 dimensions. I've always believed in you and your soul and your heart. And that's why I do every day what I do. Because I will never not believe in you. All you have to do is be love. I will teach you love, but you have to choose to love. All right. So also you need to know when to quit too, because as we teach love, if they've been a bad guy in past lives, they most likely are going to continue to be that bad guy. So Yeshua taught us his teachings of the sacred Kabbalah. Okay. This is where I mentioned that the light right there, conception, the sperm, the entry of into the egg, boom, light happens. All right. This is your chrysalis pod we spoke about. You're in there. You're ready to come out. There's the toroidal. Remove yourself from the artificial. All the cells we spoke about. Okay. Let me make sure. Let me find the brain. I thought it was in there. It's not on that one. Let me find it. All right. So here is your brain. Right here. And look at this, you all. It is amazing how your brain is set up like this. This is the cerebellum right here. Let me find the picture that says it. Right here, cerebellum, right here, which is connected to this tree right here. See that? This cerebellum is where you go into the matrix. The God crystal originally invertedly used against us. This is also, yeah, like here's the cerebellum. How Dolores talked about how we were in a school and we're in a game, and not till we realized the game, you know. This is what Buddha spoke about being an illusion. Remember, what is opposite of God, of love, is an illusion. Has no power over you. All right. Done really good. Let me see if you guys have any other questions and comments, and I'll continue to see whatever else I need to share with you all today. So someone's asking, what is the connection between the umbilical cord and our crystalline pod? Okay, so there is, the crystalline pod is made out of plasma, crystalline love light, just light, okay? So you're floating inside plasma, like how you have blood running through your body that is plasma. You're inside a liquid that, oh my God, you're inside amniotic fluid, like a baby is. Okay, inside the amniotic fluid, like a baby is. This fluid keeps you alive. The umbilical cord gives you life force, correct? When you're inside a mama's womb, your mother's womb, gives you oxygen, gives you food, gives you liquid. So your umbilical cord is giving you the elements that, even just like when you eat, process through your solar plexus, your stomach, intestinals, your, all these organs are also powered up by your solar plexus. They're glands. You know how we teach how glands inside your third eye, the different 7 glands, if you've done my Isis Priestess course. The glands, the organs to the solar plexus are the digestive system. Everything that your body digests and transmutes brings sustainability into your vessel, nourishes you, ensures that you're healthy. Okay? So that's how they're connected. Life force, the chi energy, the sun energy. Okay. Also, where energy comes in from to recharge you. Like a rechargeable battery that's drained. So then the energy comes in through your umbilical cord and spirals in to recharge your empowerment, your strength, your confidence, your creativity. And your umbilical cord has always been connected to God, the creator. But you don't know that. You didn't know that. So instead, they compromise it, they infringe on it, intensify it to keep you always have constant issues with your stomach. So someone's connected invertedly through your solar plexus and siphoning your energy. Someone somewhere, some kind of cord, something. Also, then, since we're talking about then the umbilical cord, right? And this one is connected to all the glands and the brain lobes, all the different brain lobes in your brain and your third eye, and is the literal consciousness. This heart space is your soul. This is your brain, your intelligence, your consciousness. Your belly button is your life force. You understand? Let me know what questions you guys have. Someone said, for couples, mostly men are older than women. Is that also deliberately programmed? Let me tell you why. For twin flames, most often the men are at least a year older than you, or even a couple months, right? They have to be. You know why? Because they're so beautiful. You know what they did for you before you came in as a feminine? They opened the gateway for you to come in. They had to come in, transmute the crap of everything that they could have, and you magnetically, as their twin flame, came in, say, a year after them, because they opened the door for you to come in. You could not come in until they came in. And that goes with, say, the female's more masculine, maybe they might be older too, because the warriors, the masculine energy, breaks through what's blocking for the feminine energy to come in. So that, yeah, you understand that? They go through so much just for you to come here. They literally, just looking at the science of the semen and going through the water, that's what they're doing. Going through the creational waters to get to you and to open the passageway for you to enter too. And energetically, they need to be on Earth for you to be protected when you come in as best as possible. So they also become a shield for you, even if you don't know them yet. They're still technically within the same Earth. So even though you're far away from each other, you haven't met each other, your magnetic fields, especially during sleep time, would still be connecting at the quantum field. Okay? Can you explain the labyrinth and its connection with getting out the inverted matrix? Do we energetically go through multiple labyrinths as we get out of the matrix? Yes. Let me explain to you. Buddha, through that course, taught us, and the brain, that the labyrinth is very important. He'll teach you through that course on how to use the labyrinth In case you don't know what a labyrinth is, you find it in a lot of ancient sites, even Tartarian buildings. They'll have, like, say, gardens made out of labyrinths. You even will find it in some of the oldest, right here, yes, here it is, churches which were original spiritual healing buildings made by Yeshua and the Tartarians. Here, see that? That is the labyrinth in Chartres Cathedral. Different labyrinths, okay? So, show you different labyrinths. So, this ancient symbol, you can find it even in Celtic. All old ancestors that we look at have it. The labyrinth is the understanding that no matter which way, there's only one way out. Look at this original labyrinth. We're in the labyrinth, we could go left, right, so on. But even if we go left or right, every decision we make, whether it's left or right, is ultimately always going to lead us to the exact exit. Honoring the polarities, the dark and the light, not the artificial, just the yin and yang, the organic darkness and light. It also represents the different obstacles that will happen to us, that can happen to us on earth, which each one of these obstacles that we learn our lessons to levels us up, levels us up, levels us up. Okay, angels, I learned my lesson, level me up. I learned my lesson again, level me up, you know? And then the further you get, higher in through that labyrinth and out. Ancient illustrations, ancient drawings. This is I think, is this Hebrew? And then this is indigenous, native, right? So many, you all. There's the one way out of love. Love is the way. Different European mazes, how to get out, okay? So remember that. Honor everything. Even the darkest things that happen to you, the most traumatic, you have to honor it. Eventually delete it and don't let it be part of your life in a hindering way where it's lowering your density or affecting you, you know? But eventually, you rise out from it and you learn from that trauma and you rise like the phoenix. And every time you do that, you octave higher and higher. And then you learn more. They're an illusion. Let me tell you, if anything you can know right now is 333 right now, is that these people who mean ill intent are an illusion. Tell me not. Is envy, hatred, jealousy, pity, all these lower vibratory emotions and energies that are so dark, are they love? They are not. So if it's not love in its lower density, doesn't that mean that it's an illusion? It is. Everything that they've been messing with you and infringing on you every life because you couldn't ever wake up from it has been reoccurring because you couldn't figure out that it was an illusion. Everything that is out of an absence of love is a hologram. So once you come into a realization that it is a hologram, an illusion, then everything that they're trying to do to you doesn't work. No matter what, it doesn't work. You understand? It's not part of organic earth, of crystal earth. An illusion. And with that, I want to say, finishing up our video, watch all the way to the end. For my infomercial, as you all know, I am self-funded. I am my own business owner. 1,000 videos. How honored am I to have been here with you all for this long? And no one sponsors me. Only God, only Source, Love, Light, only Divine Mother and Father. This is Fudomyo-o. Fudomyo-o. Let me show you him. He's incredible. Fudomyo-o is who has been talking through me today. I'm going to channel him. And I also have my black pearls, freshwater, genuine pearls with earrings. Check out those under my website and order them. Fudomyo is a beautiful being that was born from the 4 centaurs. And he is a Buddhist deity. And let me show you him actually. He's one of the, remember the 1,000 hands Kuan Yin that I showed you on? Here he is. I also got one of him. And there he is. Here's a statue of him, sculpted by Sacred Wood. I bought in Japan. This is him. You see him, he's holding a Vajra. Fudomyo. And this is what the mala that I'm wearing. Everyone who buys these, you all, they say these are not regular necklaces. You can feel the actual God in there that is guiding you. Reason why I'm bringing him to your attention, especially to the mother who said that your son is a narcissist and has you entrapped. Because he is the being and the God of the household. And there's going to be an aura coming out, which will explain, and I will channel him in detail. And he says that every family should have balance. No family should be torn apart. No family should have disharmony. He brings harmony, peace, and nirvana to the family. He shows the true forms of the demons. He scares the crap out of those demons. He scares them away. Red flames. Okay? So that's that. What other questions do you all have? Thank you. Fudomyo. 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 Love him infinitely. If you have a disharmony, you all, he will bring it. Talk to him. And then we'll add the links there for you to check out. Gina, it's under my website. I put it there. I have new links there. Okay. All right. So he'll help you out of the labyrinth. He pulls away the masks and the illusions, and demons run at him. He gets them. Definitely will get them. So let's see what else you guys have here. Comments. Let's see. Questions. Okay, so that's the labyrinth. I think I did pretty good out of that. But you need to understand, to get out of the labyrinth of the matrix, that you can't be affected. Because this is the other thing within the labyrinth I want to add, is that once you figure out that what they're doing to you is an illusion, and then you figure that out, you don't feed it anymore. Which means that you start breaking free of the labyrinth. The labyrinth is not keeping you there. More like the labyrinth is guiding you within the crystalline God construct we're in. Okay. There's help at every corner you turn in that labyrinth, or with you 24/7, your guides and angels. Buddha's going to have to explain to you how to reach the path of enlightenment to get out of the labyrinth of the consciousness through that course. Next one is, once you are aware, does that mean that it becomes a dream for them? Yes, yes. Because to them, it will feel like you're so far from them. Because you technically are, because you can't be their feeding anymore. They're not parasitically attached to you anymore. Because you're not powering up their simulations. But the issue right now is happening is that they know that their matrix has fallen. And so what they're doing is that, like, whoever they can hold on to, they're holding on to them to feed but they're so weak. They're like, you know, Voldemort. That's them. Harry Potter, we'll reference that. Harry Potter, Voldemort, okay? When he is weakened, maybe it's the Sorcerer's Stone, that book, that movie. Yes, when he is weakened by Harry Potter, he tries to like get him, but he can't, and it deflects what he sends to him deflects back to him. And then it's like this nasty thing attached to this like teacher, and then it feeds off the unicorn blood to recharge itself. That's the way it is right now, you all. I'm telling you, every entity, if you're not giving the power, is in that weakened state of being. And let them be in their simulations, and do not consent. Do not consent and mutera to their, and they're going to try to make up all sorts of like distractions for you. You know, the usual thing that they do. Just playing with you, mind games. Not happening no more, you all. Don't let it be. And don't, yeah. All right, you got it. You got it. I'm not gonna be a broken record here. So let's see. Yeah, because see, once you become aware of it, you're operating and you've cleared everything, right? You're operating in the organic crystalline God crystal, and they're in the simulation, which means that they're so far from you. But what happens is that they're going to try to pull you back in, but they can't. They can't. You're in your crystalline pod. You're shielding every day. You're being loved. You learned your lessons. You can't be pulled back in. It's not possible. Next one is, will we start seeing more of those people pass away? Yes. Or they will completely Mandela out. Like NPCs will just no longer be there anymore. Non-player characters in the Matrix simulation. You've ever been somewhere and all of a sudden like the same person passes by twice and then 3 times? They're NPCs program being played over and over, and that's why they're passing. You know, that means that you need to maybe clear and do some entity removal in that land where this NPC program is running. Mother Earth doesn't consent to it. Help her free herself. You free her through you, and you free you through her. We are sentient beings connected to Mother Earth, Divine Mother. Yeah, so next one is, you started talking about the people who are having diarrhea from the food now. Is there something we need to know about that? They are having diarrhea because thank you for that. I forgot to say, is that they're pooping out the compromised plasma in them from being inside the matrix pod. You get it? They're purging it out, and they're saying that it's a virus, but it's not. They are purging out. They're lifting in vibration, so they're pooping it out. You get me? And the only way to do that is through peeing and pooing, because if they're in the inverted matrix pod, the red one I showed you, right, with wires, they're submerged in this violated organic matter that's been violated with AI. And then the only way to do that is to pass it out, like to, release it. So we send love to all those people who are starting to remove. They need to know this information eventually to unplug fully from the matrix. But what they're doing is, they say they're not fully aware of it. What they're doing is that they're going through it to raise in vibration, because technically they're releasing it. So then that density of ooze, gross stuff inside of them, of the matrix pod, is being released, and then when they're being released, is flushing out, and the new plasma is coming in. Understand? Crystalline, higher than density of plasma is coming into them. Okay? It's a delayering that's happening in their body. Okay? Let me see if there's anything else I can think of. Let me know if you guys have any questions or comments. We're finishing up this video now. And I want to say, as we think about any other questions, comments, I am channeling Michael Jackson next month. Sign up to the Extra Sensitive series now, and you could receive already all the other videos that I've been mentioning throughout the years that we've been conducting. And get ready for Michael Jackson next month on the third Sunday of the month. It's going to be huge. Huge, you all. You want to hear his messages. We've all been waiting for them. All right. Okay, I don't see any other questions or comments. Let me think one more time. Divine Mother, anything else you want to tell them about the Matrix? Any other simulations that they want to watch out for? Let's see. We've talked a lot about them. I don't see any right now. I don't see any more questions or comments. Thank you, you all. Someone says, so it's not the lettuce. I know some people have tried to avoid as much raw veggie as possible. No, it's not, you all. Of course, I gotta say, I'm not a licensed physician. Be careful, you know, so on. No, if anything, the lettuce is clearing their stomach and digestive system to bring in new plasma. Yep. Someone else said, why are people whistling when I walk by them? Are they whistling? You walk by them? Maybe you're activating the music in them. Yeah, maybe you have muses with you. Maybe you're a muse. All right, you all. Thank you. I love you, honor you, respect you. Go unplug, begin the unplugging of the Matrix. We've been waiting for this since the fall of Atlantis. I believe in you, believe in yourself, your guides, your angels believe in you. Let's go. Work with everything we said, drink lots of water, eat raw food, vegan as best as possible. It doesn't have to be raw, but at least vegan. Just do your best and be healthy and loving to your body, your stomach, your digestive system, all your systems that are helping you purge out, and to begin the oscillation into a higher density where you are unplugged from the Matrix. Thank you. I love you, honor you, and respect you. I know we didn't play a song. Let's play a song. Let's just do it. All right, what song we have? What song we have? Zen, you listening? Any song you can think of right now? Let's go. You know what song I'm thinking of, Zen? It's how does it go? It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me, and I'm feeling good. Let's do that one. Okay, I think it's feeling good. Maybe find it. Let's go. Let's sing together, and we are done. Yeah, Nina Simone.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day. It's a new life for me. Yeah. It's a new dawn, it's a new day. It's a new life for me. Ooh. And I'm feeling good.
Let's go, you all. Come on, come on, come on. Dance with me. Sing with me. You know how I feel. River running free. You know how I feel. Blossom on the tree. You know how I feel. It's a new dawn. It's a new day. It's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. Come on, you all. You feeling good? Come on. Dragonfly out in the sun, you know how I mean, don't you know? Butterflies all having fun,
and peace when day is done. That's what I mean. And this old world is a new world, and a bold world for me.
Yeah, come on, y'all. All right, last verse. Come on.
Stars, when you shine, you know how I feel. Scent of the pine, you know how I feel. Oh, freedom is mine, and I know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me.
You go, girl.
Feeling good.
What's up? That we are. See y'all next time. Live every Friday, 1 p.m. Get ready. Next week, I'm going to be Lionsgate. Huge, guys. Huge. You want to listen to that? Lionsgate Eclipse is happening this year, you all. Love you, honor you, respect you. Thank you. Hit like and subscribe now. Share this video as far and wide as you can. Sign up to my courses, sessions, whatever. Buy jewelry, books. RisingPhoenixAurora.com. See you next time. I love you with all that I am.
I'm searching for life again. I'm searching for a new beginning. I'm searching for real again. I'm searching for love that never ends. Rain.
In whatever way you found me, you are here because you're meant to come here to the Chicago Rising Phoenix Mystery School Wellness Center. Come meet me. Come. You'll love it. You'll love it. Join us every 4 months when I host the retreats. Let me know if you have any questions, write in the comments.
Magic dust from space. It's like a thrill.